Okay, welcome to the final Jazz Forum from Smith Hall here on the campus of the University of Illinois. My name is Chip McNeil. I'm the Chair of Jazz Studies. This is our last 15th forum of the semester for the spring of 2023. And today we have the Jazz Guitar Ensemble. They're going to perform for you here in just a few minutes. They're under the direction of our jazz guitar teaching assistant, Beto Rodriguez, who you'll see in a minute. And so anyway, I have a few housekeeping things to take care of. Since it is the final forum, this is for all the students, especially the undergraduate jazz majors. You're all required to attend the forums except for two. You get two blow-offs. But if you don't do that after the second one that you miss, your grade goes down to half a letter grade in your studio grade. So there's been a lot of people that haven't been at a lot of the forums here live in-house, and especially today, as I see. So I hope that's the one blow-off they're taking, but it's probably more than that for some people. So when you get your studio grade, you go, well, hey, I made my lessons, and it's a C. Well, then you'll know why, okay? Because I've said it for 15 weeks. You only get two, and the rest of the time you need to be here. That's all the undergraduate jazz majors. The grads we like to have here, and we really encourage you to be here, but it's not required for your part of your grade. All right, so that's one thing. Enough said. I won't have to say that again until next fall for 15 more times. So we appreciate that you're here. We appreciate you tuning in out there, and we do appreciate, I want to say this out there to the YouTube audience and Facebook audience, thank you for tuning in to all of the different forums. All of the forums from the whole semester are up online. If you just go to Jazz at Illinois, the content is there. We have them up there from each of the weeks. And we are in the midst of our Jazz Week of concerts over at the venue here on campus that we use. And so I believe tonight is the Repertory Jazz Orchestra at 7:30 in Studio Theater. So please check that out. That will also be live streamed on Jazz at Illinois. So for those of you streaming, you can check out all the concerts, the rest from here until May 3rd. Wednesday, May 3rd is the last one. But they will all be live streamed. They're all at 7:30 in the evening. And then this weekend on Saturday and Sunday at 3 o'clock, we have two additional concerts. Saturday at 3, you will hear this ensemble, the Jazz Guitar Ensemble. They will be at Studio Theater from 3 to 5. And on Sunday, this Sunday from 3 to 5, you'll hear the Jazz Brazilian Ensemble over in Studio Theater. So those are the two afternoon concerts this weekend. Monday night, there are no concerts. We are dark. Then Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, we have our final two concerts. I believe Tuesday is both jazz trombone ensembles, 1 and 2 at 7:30 in the Studio Theater. And then Wednesday night is the second combo concert, 7:30 Studio Theater. I want to say something to the students. We were having some issues with the Krannert staff about getting a ticket. The procedure is to go to the box office, get a ticket, show them your student ID if you're a student, and it should have a sticker on it, and you should be able to get in for free, okay? If they tell you you have to pay, that is not correct from my understanding after several emails back and forth with the director and some other people, so you should be able to get in for free, okay? So whether you're performing or staying to hear a performance or whatever, but go there first. You can also do it online. Okay, if you want to you just have to have a ticket to show if you're going to have a seat in the Studio Theater. That's my latest understanding of what the policy is there now. So, okay, so check that out. That's a little bit different. We'll try to get a clear statement of that for next fall, so when we come in, we don't have to do that. It wasn't an issue in all the larger halls, but for some reason with occupancy, the smaller occupancy of the Studio Theater, there's a reason they want you all to have a ticket, okay, just if you're having a seat in there. But you should be able to get it for free if you're a student, okay? If you're not a student, you have to pay, okay? So that's that. But please attend all those concerts as much as you can. It's been a really good semester. We had a lot of great forum performances. So like I said, if you want to review them and check them out again, you can go to Jazz at Illinois online, and all the content is up there, and it will be up there for quite a while. All the concerts from this week over in the venue here on campus will also be up there. I think they're up there right now. We've had 3 so far. We had Combo Concert 1 on Tuesday night, Concert Jazz Band last Wednesday, and we had Jazz Band 3 last night, which I heard was very good. I had to miss. I apologize. I had a gig. Tonight is the Repertory Jazz Orchestra under the direction of Jim Pugh, so make sure and check that out at 7:30. I'll just run them down. Saturday again at 3 o'clock, the Jazz Guitar Ensemble. At 7:30 are the jazz vocal ensemble and the jazz vocal combos. Sunday at 3 o'clock is the jazz Brazilian ensemble. Sunday evening is Latin jazz ensemble, and that's the final one under the direction of Professor Tito Carrillo. He is moving on to another job at another university, so we want to welcome him, give him a good send-off, so please try to attend that. Latin jazz ensemble, Sunday night at 7:30. Monday dark, Tuesday night, both jazz trombone ensembles 1 and 2, so go check them out at 7:30. And then Wednesday will be the final combo concert at 7:30, and then that will be it for the semester. There are no performances, and there's nothing scheduled on reading day, which is May 4th, so you shouldn't have anything scheduled, faculty and TAs. You can't have a performance or any kind of class meeting that day, okay? That evening in a private club, which has nothing to do with us, we will have Jazz Trombone Ensemble 2 and the Brazilian Ensemble playing at Seven Saints on May 4th from 7 to 9. That will be outside on the patio that they have, or the little beer garden. So come check that out, please. There are still events going on there. I wanted to mention, too, all through the summer, we've had a really wonderful support from 2 of our local venues that are not on campus here, the Rose Bowl and Seven Saints in Champaign. They've been really great, and they're going to continue to have good dates and jazz concerts and jazz gigs all through the summer. So if you are here and you want to check them out, and they do stream at the Rose Bowl, all of those are streamed, even the outside ones. So check those out. I'll be doing a fair amount of those, and there are all kinds of people that are still around for the summer, so there will be jazz happening here in Champaign all through the summer. Seven Saints also has a series of Thursday nights going all the way into June and July. So every night, every Thursday, there'll be some kind of a jazz group at Seven Saints. If it's raining, it'll be inside. Obviously, same thing with the Rose Bowl. If it's not, they'll be outside under the tent at the Rose Bowl and in the beer garden at Seven Saints. So please, I want to thank those people, Ann Skews at Seven Saints and Martin and Charlie at the Rose Bowl for their support. Okay, that's that. Other than that, there will be no other jazz activities other than ISYM. We do have our jazz camps. If you know any junior high or high school students that are interested in a jazz camp experience, that's the 3rd week of July, so they can still register for that. There's still openings, so please check that out. For the teaching assistants and faculty, if you're interested in doing ISYM, the Jazz ISYM week, both the junior ISYM camp and the senior camp will run concurrently again. We didn't do it that way last year. They had them on 2 different weeks. This year it's back concurrent in the same week. I have a list of people already that have contacted me about doing the ISYM camps, but if you're interested, just send me a note and say, hey, I'm interested in working ISYM jazz camp, and I'll do my best. I can't guarantee anything, but I'll do my best. Other things, housekeeping. Oh, grades. For the faculty and the teaching assistants, make sure you get your grades in a timely fashion. I don't know the exact cutoff date, but it's probably right around the graduation date, usually mid-May, so make sure grades are in by then, please. Get them all entered for all your students. That's coming up this Monday, May 1st. Jazz juries all day, okay? That's happening right in here in Smith 25 from 11 until I think 5 o'clock, I think was what I put. And then in Smith 11 from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and in Smith 7, which is Professor Spencer's office, from 11 to 5. So they're filling up. There are still a few slots if you need to do a jury. If you took lessons with a teaching assistant or a jazz studio professor this semester, you are required to do a jazz jury unless you did your own recital. Okay, if you did a recital that was yours, you are exempt from the jury for this semester. Okay, but everybody else needs to be ready and have juries prepared. You should have been talking about this with your TA or studio teacher long ago. They have forms also, and please, TAs and faculty, get them the forms. If you don't know where they are, I can show you where they are. They're online too, the jazz jury form. Make sure they fill one out and make 2 copies to bring in for the jurists that are listening to them, because that describes the material that you're responsible to play on the jury and any transcriptions and tunes you've been working on. That's basically what it's for, and it's the paper we put the grade on. So please do that. Jurists that are working, all the faculty basically, make sure when you're done, keep the sheets, for all the people that aren't your people, your lesson people, okay, and put them in the boxes up in Smith 21, the mailroom up here in Smith, so we can get them, or slide them under our doors, whatever, just so we get them. I do want to see them. I like to see those. One last reminder, because anyway, it's a faculty come in. You only get 2 blow-offs of forum each semester, okay? Of the 15, you only get 2 that you can blow off, and it can't be one you're performing on, obviously. But other than that, you can blow 2 off and no repercussion. But after that, and I want the studio teachers, all the faculty and the TAs to take into account, if you don't see that your students were not here at forum, and this applies particularly to the undergraduate jazz majors, and they missed more than 2, their studio grade should go down a half a letter for each one they missed to the F point. Okay? If they missed 5, I don't care if they showed up for all their lessons and played great on their jury, they get an F. That's the deal. Okay? So make sure we enforce that. I will be. Okay? Because I've talked about it 15 weeks in a row, and I'm tired of talking about it. So that's just, you have to take care of business. That's part of being responsible. The other thing is, we had a couple of issues, and this is another thing I talked about long ahead, with conflicts with concerts. I know Professor Pugh had one. Please don't wait till the last minute to let them know. You know, we post up the concerts, and when they are, you know the dates from the beginning of the semester. Please don't come to us in the last 2 weeks and say, I gotta, you know, whatever. I gotta go off and join the Army. I gotta go off and join the Navy. I gotta go off and join the YMCA group, going on tour. I don't care. The Village People, sorry, that's what it was. I don't care. If you committed to our concerts and are in the ensemble, we expect you to be there for the concert at the date. We don't want to have any hassles, okay? Another thing that's come up, and I'll just say this generally, please try to be, you know, I know we've all had recitals, and I know you guys stress about recitals and stuff, but be patient with everybody, certainly the teachers, and certainly be patient with each other, okay? It'll get done. Don't freak out, all right? Take your time. It'll all get done, all right? It usually, we'll work it out. But that doesn't give you an excuse to go off on somebody, okay? The only one that gets to do that is me, and that's it, okay? Sorry, because they can fire me, and that's fine. But I don't want it to be you guys. That's not right. Just don't do that, okay? And I'm pretty careful about it. All right, anyway, gigs. Let's talk about final gigs and recitals. Yeah, Beto.
I have May 7th. From 7 to 9 at Rose Bowl.
Okay.
There is the Court Reader Organization. So it's going to be me, Reggie Lewis, Nick, Sean Congas, Norm playing drums, and Nancy singing.
Organization is Kurt Reader's organization. It's an organ group, basically.
Yeah, from 7 to 9 Rose Bowl.
Great. Okay. David.
Tomorrow night over at the barn, the house show venue in Urbana. We're going to be playing kick music, the dueling keyboard punk rock band, myself and Kale, plus Admirance and John Brown. Doors are at 7:30. We have the first slot at 8, and I know some of the bands, familiar bands are in there. Stanchik,
Okay.
starring Keith Weaver.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't even know where it is, but DM us for the address.
It's called the Barn.
It's called the Barn.
Okay.
It's not
Just-
an actual barn.
West Oregon.
Oh, that's Oregon? Okay. So just look it up. I'm sure you can find it. Okay. What else we got back there? Ian.
Next week, on the last day of classes, May 3rd, after the combo concerts, 11:30 6th Street Brass will be playing at the Canopy Club for the semesterly Screw Finals event at the Canopy Club. There will be a few other bands as well. If you want to contact anyone of the band, we'll give you a free ticket. There'll be $10 day of and $5 in advance. Otherwise, every ticket that comes back to the bands, $1 will go to the band.
Okay.
So, come out, support, a lot of bands.
Right. Got some people that are in it. Josh, whoever. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Go check that out. That reminds me. Finals. Please check with your individual, and this is for jazz courses only. That's the only ones we have purview over. But check with your jazz teachers, your studio teachers, and your teachers that are just teaching classes. Make sure they are not, if they are or not using the official final time, which is usually like a week from next week. Because I know, like with my classes, and I've made my classes very well aware that I give the final, if there is one, a written final or anything, on the last day of class. So they know they can ignore that notice. Because you're going to get that generated by the university. They just set up a general final schedule for the room and the class. But the individual teacher has control of that. So just make sure and check. Because some teachers give a final if it's a written final or a project, and they just expect you to turn it in on the final day of class. or take the final on the final day of class, okay? We've done that only just to help you out because we know a lot of you have to travel and get out of here and you want to get on to other things, so we don't hold you up if we don't need to. Some professors do use the final time that is set aside by the university for that particular class and whatever meeting time it is, okay? So you need to check with your class professor about that, okay? And I would do that in all your classes, music or otherwise, because that's something that it's kind of either or, and it's just up to the professor whether they use those times or not, okay? Any other questions or anything? Yeah, Nicholas.
Tonight at 5 o'clock, our very own Professor Chip Stevens will be performing with his organ trio at the Rose Bowl. So if you want
Okay.
to check out the man, the myth, the legend,
Okay.
you know, with his organ trio.
Okay, Chip's playing there. Anything else going on? Last, okay, who else? Yeah.
Tonight I'm playing at a different house show venue. Josh is also playing at it with a different band. But what is it, 804 South Busey?
I don't know. Somewhere in the man.
What's it called?
The
You don't know?
Spice Rack.
Spice
The
Rack.
Spice Rack. Okay, well, they can look it up that way. Okay, there you go. Yeah, sometimes it's probably a good idea to know the name of the venue. That's a good idea, I would say. Okay, next week, just on Wednesday after the combo concert too, I'm playing at the Rose Bowl too with my quartet. So if you want to come out to that, that's next Wednesday. Go to our concerts this Friday and Saturday. So make sure and check those out if you can, please. Anybody else? Anything? Comments? Anything you are not sure about with the end of the semester? So before I get the guitar ensemble playing, I just want to say thank you all. Thank you all of you out there in streaming land for listening. And like I said, if you missed a concert or missed a forum, the content of it is still all up at Jazz at Illinois. You can go there and check it all out and see. And hopefully we will see you back starting next fall. We will begin with our first Friday, and we'll have 15 forums that will stream again. And we're getting some more equipment, I think, in this room, so we may have some better camera shots and things like that. So all that good stuff for you video files out there. We'll try to make it a little more interesting for you. But I just wanted to say to all the students, it's been a really great semester. I've heard a lot of great music in spite of all our little hiccups with venues and this and that and tickets and all those little things. Those are very small. The big thing is that you're all out there performing and you're playing, you're writing music and singing music, and it's been a really great semester. I've heard a lot of growth from all, especially the undergrads, but a lot with the grads too, all this year. A lot of you came in at a certain level, and if you don't think we remember how you play when you walk in the door, trust me, we do. And that's what we're here for. We listen, you all want to get better fast, but sometimes that's not the way it works. It just takes time, little by little, okay? And we've heard the growth, I certainly have, in all of you, so it's really great to hear and to see. To those of you that are graduating, we wish you well if you're not returning here next fall. It's been a pleasure having you here in the program. Go out and be successful, do good, just do good. Treat people right, and they'll treat you right. That's generally a good rule to live by, okay? For all the graduates that are graduating this year, I'll probably see most of you. I'm going to try to be at graduation. And if you need to be hooded and your specific studio teacher isn't there, just let them get a hold of me and I'll do it, okay, if you're getting hooded at the graduation ceremony. I think it's May 14th. It's usually a Sunday. Is that the Sunday? Is it May 14th?
Yeah.
That's usually right up here in the Smith Recital Hall for the School of Music Convocation. That's a separate one from the main one over in the Spaceship Basketball Arena, okay? That's a different one, all right? So I will be there to do that if you need be. If your studio teacher's going to be there, they'll do it, okay? And for all the graduates, we wish you well. If you're a master's student, we hope you come back and do a DMA. If you're a DMA and got your terminal degree, again, go out there and do well, do good. There are jobs out there. We have our students in the jazz program in the 21 years I've been here. We've got a lot of people doing this job, doing these jobs, teaching in a variety of universities all over the world and the country. We've got women running programs. We've got people of very diverse backgrounds, ethnicities, and everything, doing all kinds of things. So I feel very proud about that. We've been as diverse as we possibly can be, and we won't encourage that, and we want people to know that. And we've got students out there doing that. It's always fun for me when I get a call for references, and I've got 3 students that were here competing for the same gig or the same job. I hope one of them gets it, but it assures me, well, one of them's going to get it. So that's good. That's a good thing. That's a really nice problem to have, okay? How do I write reference letters for 3 different students that were all here for the same job? I'll deal with that. I'll do it. I'm very happy to do that. That makes me feel good because that means you're out there actually doing something with this degree, okay? So I want you to do that. And you can do it just playing and performing and do all that too. So make sure you're doing both. If you do go into teaching, make sure you keep performing, okay? That's part of that's what this is. That's why I set these degrees up, and they're called jazz performance degrees. We want you to perform. That's a critical element. Write and play music your entire life. It keeps you young, keeps your mind active, and it keeps you interested and hungry. All right, so keep doing that, all of you that are graduating and going on to other things, okay? Lastly, I was going to just wish Tito well. We're sorry he's leaving, but we wish him well in his new job. He's going to be out at Texas State, which is in Austin, Texas, which is basically near his home, and he's got family, so we wish him well, and I'm sure we'll see him again too, around and about. We are working on his successor, so we'll let you know as things develop with that. That's going to kind of happen over the summer for the trumpet students and people that are wondering. We're already all over that, and we'll get that taken care of, okay? All right, without further ado, how about a hand for the Jazz Guitar Ensemble?
what you heard is you heard from Josh Spinner, you heard from Liam Kelly, you heard from Keaton Yarber subbing in for Eric, so thank you for being here. And you heard from Charlie, and you also heard from me, Dominic Gomez. I'm your drummer, so thank you for tuning in to people on the stream. Thank you all for all being here. That was Now's the Time by Charlie Parker. So yeah, classic Tanner tune, and yeah, now's the time to play. Right? So yeah, we're gonna move things along here with our next tune here called Horrid Silver, the Preacher. So yeah, the Preacher. Thank you, that was the preacher. Now we're gonna smooth things off a little bit with the whole swinging thing and making things swing. This is a tone by Thelonious Monk. Yeah, Thelonious Monk. Yep. Called Feel Like Making Love. So, and yeah, this tune is a great way to get your mood on your feet. And I'm glad I was able to play this with these guys. And yeah, even though we rehearse every Friday afternoon, which is like a very exhausting time of the week, this song really feels like it can get us moving. And I feel very grateful that we were able to play this tune. And it's not a very well-known tune, so this is Feel Like Making Love. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Thank you for all being here. Thank you for being so supportive to our lovely guitar ensemble here. So once again, Josh Spinner on guitar. Liam Kelly on guitar. Keaton Yarber. Eric on guitar. Charles Goldberg on bass. And of course, me, Dominic Gomes. One thing, we've been doing rehearsals every week, every Friday, and I really do thought that this is just not enough time, like for us to practice. One thing that I'm very proud of this quintet, and yeah, even you, Keaton, from Guitar Studio, like every week, like I come in here and I see these boys just grow and grow and grow. I see these like they're growing on their guitar, and it feels so special to me that I get to see that we get to evolve as a quintet, and I'm really proud of these guys for all the hard work that they put in. Like, there's a big difference, and I also see this in myself too, that I see a big difference in our playing, and like what was mentioned earlier, that as time goes on, not only does it go by quicker, I guess it goes quicker, but you get a lot better, and with all the experiments and all the involvement happens. So thank you guys for putting in all your work to this. You guys have made me very, very proud. We got one more for you. All right, this one was one that I played as a kid in my drum set, and back in the old days, all right, before mask wearing was a mandatory thing, and I fell in love with this tune of this classic bossa by Wes Montgomery, who is what? Who's Wes Montgomery?
Mr. Walker?
No, not that. He's a jazz guitarist. Jazz guitarist. Like, man, oh man, imagine if he was here right now. So, yeah. Jeez. So, yes, as you can tell by Liam spoiling the title, all right, we will be playing our final tune, Wes Montgomery, Mr. Walker, and I hope you enjoy this tune. All right. And who's Mr. Walker? You are. You really? We shall see about that. Before I forget, sorry. Yes, I'm walking here, man. I'm walking here. Charles Wilbur. My name is Dominic Gomez. Thank you so much for tuning in to Forum. We will see you back here next fall. Thank you. Have a lovely rest of your day.